And so I just want to thank you, first of all, for being here tonight and giving up your time. For your input is incredibly valuable, and it is very powerful. And I'm very excited that we're going to be streaming this meeting just like we did the last meeting at Dual. So if you can all turn to the camera and wave. Thank you. So we do have an audience out at home somewhere that is getting this information. So again, thank you for being here. We have an exciting night. We have a lot of activities. It's going to be very interactive. And like I mentioned, your input is going to be incredibly powerful and very important. So again, I just want to welcome you to our third LCAP Community Forum. And I want to thank all of our administrators for being here and Ms. Ramirez for helping put all of this together. So I will give her the mic and she will let us know exactly what we're going to be doing. So thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you. Welcome everybody. So one of the feedbacks that we got last year is that we should stream our LCAP meeting so that the community who's unable to come here can also see what this process is about. So every Tuesday, we meet and we discuss our 6 different goals that we have in our LCAP. And last week, we did goal 2, which had to do with technology, and there was a lot of activities that took place, a lot of hands-on. So then we decided that for this LCAP meeting, which is our goal 3, which is focusing on college and career, that we bring some of our students and make presentations of different types. So we're going to have, right now at 6:20, we're going to begin with, we're going to have 3 students, and we're going to be going live. And Mr. Padilla, he'll be here shortly, he'll start the conversation with them. One student is connecting with us from MIT. Another student is connecting from San Diego. He went to the Mesa Institute of the Culinary Arts. And then the third one, I believe, is from UC Davis. And so we'll be connecting with these 3 students. And they're going to be going live, and you'll be able to ask questions. Then we have 2 students who will be here, and they will be presenting with you live. Before that, we're going to have a video where we're going to be conferencing with Mr. Jaime, who is at Calexico High School, and he's going to be doing a video on one of the CTE courses that is held after school. Then we'll have the 2 presenters. After that, we're going to have some sessions where we're going to break up, and I gave you different little cards. So if you don't have an index card of a different color, you need to make sure you get one from Eugenia over here. She'll give you a color. The first session, we'll assign it to you. The second session, you're going to get to pick where you want to go. Then after that, we're also going to have some more feedback from other students that are different colleges and universities around here who are also alumni from Calexico High School. And then at the end, we're going to have one keynote speaker, another student. So it's all about our students, their experience, their reflections, their wish. We asked them, what do you wish you had done when you were at Calexico High School? And we also asked them, what do you think we need to do in Calexico High School to enhance your experience? And how does that look like at the junior high and at the elementary level? So you will be getting a lot of information throughout the night. And then at the very end, we're going to have an input. Okay, an input session. Make sure you grab every one of the flyers. There's information there that even if your child is not at Calexico High School right now, they're still in elementary or junior high, it's information that is good for your child to know, to prepare and plan for the classes they want to take at Calexico High School. Okay, so that's going to be basically the process of the night. At the very end, we're going to allow you some time to meet with your teams at your sites and provide some input. And that's a very important part of our LCAP, that we want you as community members and as parents to provide feedback. What do you feel after listening to students, after looking at some of the data slides that we're going to provide? What do you feel are some of the things that we need to do to enhance our students' learning experience? And so we hope that many of you can stay until the very end. Throughout the night, we're going to have cafecito, and we have some bread, so make yourself comfortable. Make sure you go and grab some food throughout the night. With that, we're about to begin, right? Okay, so what do you need me to do, Eddie? You're doing everything? Thank God for my technology people. we're starting. Here we go.
Hi.
Hello, Christian. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing good.
Excellent. So we'll see if we can adjust the volume here real quickly. Buenas tardes todos.
Okay.
Pues como me dijo Ms. Ramírez, estamos bien emocionados. Vamos a tener un grupo de estudiantes para hacerles entrevista de su experiencia entre la high school para llegar al colegio. Y ahorita con nosotros tenemos a Christian y esperemos ahorita en unos cuantos minutos tenemos 1 o 2 estudiantes más. Vamos a empezar con Christian. So Christian, we're going to start with you. If you can share with us just kind of what were some of the things that contributed to you being able to successful going through high school and going into college. So what were some of the things that were of great support that helped you? And you're over here. So what were some of the things that were successful in helping you and getting into college?
Okay. Definitely what I can say is the AP classes I took, a lot of the material was similar to the material I'm learning in college right now. So the good thing is I was not unfamiliar with what I'm doing right now. And taking AP class in high school is also a really good challenge for myself and to, just learn more advanced subjects, and it's just good. So now that I take these same subjects in college, I'm not totally unfamiliar with it. I know what I should be doing. I know how I should be studying. And that's what I can think of right now, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Christian. So definitely, if I can recap, I kind of heard some great study skills, access to the AP courses really contributed to giving you prepared to some college level courses. Looks like we have, do we have Julian also on the line? Yeah. Oh, there we go. We got Julian and Ceci. So now that we have all 3 students, I want to thank Ceci and Julian for joining us tonight. We're very excited. We've got, I'm not sure if you can see, I'm going to try to pan it here real quick, but we got an audience full of parents here tonight that are very excited to hear from you and to kind of hear actual students from Calexico about their experience here. So I'm going to go with Ceci next. Ceci, if you can share with us, what are some of the things that you felt contributed to your success going from Calexico High School or from our school district and being able to be successful going into college?
Definitely. Hi, Mr. Padilla. Hello, everybody. I think one of the main reasons as to why I'm able to be here in this position in UC Davis is that I was able to find a good mentor in high school, and that's still helping me right now. And yeah, of course, there's going to be, like a lot of people say that that the staff at Calexico High School doesn't really care about the students, but there's always going to be that certain population or that certain group of teachers that are willing to help. And of course, they're not just going to be offering the help right then and there. You have to go and search for the help. And I'm really sure that there's capacitated staff members that will help you. And yeah, I think finding a mentor was something that really helped me. And also the College Access Center. I'm really thankful for them because they really did help us fill out the FAFSA. Because, for example, I'm a first-gen student. I knew nothing about FAFSA or how to fill anything of that out. And even with simple things, a lot of us procrastinate with college applications, and even at the very last minute, they're still helping you. And I'm really thankful for the College Access Center, and that's one of the main reasons as to why I'm here.
Awesome. So I heard College Access Center, mentorship, support, first-time student going to college, allow support with FAFSA and the college application process. Wonderful. Thank you. So next we have Julian. Julian, can you kind of jump in and kind of share with us just some of the things that you felt were of success to you or contributed to your success, being able to go through our school district or our high school and being able to go, and actually you had a little bit of a different journey, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
You started the college route, you're now into the career route. So kind of share with us kind of like that whole experience and just share your personal story here a little bit with us, please.
All right, so good evening, everyone. So my story was that when I was a kid, I wanted to be a chef. That was my go-to goal in life, but I never really saw it as a good career option because I thought that I wouldn't make money doing it, and I was really concerned on making money, not so much being happy. So I graduated high school, and I got accepted into UCSD. And I basically went there for a year. And in that year, I found out that I really didn't like what I was doing there. I mean, I was passing my classes. I was having trouble, as I'm sure everyone has their first year of college. But I figured that I wasn't happy doing what I was doing. So I decided to drop out, and I went to IVC for a year just to figure out what I wanted to do. And in that year, I decided that I would apply to a culinary school, which it's something I never really thought I would do. And I applied, and I did a scholarship competition as well, and I won $10,000 to go to the Art Institute in San Diego. But then that school closed down on me. That was unfortunate. But luckily, I got into San Diego Culinary Institute, and I just finished about 2 months ago, and I'm going to be graduating this month on the 21st, I believe.
Awesome. So just a tremendous amount of lessons learned there, right? First of all.
Yeah, no, back and forth. A lot of, it was definitely a lot of tests. There were definitely times where it's just like, oh, you should quit, because there was constant failing over and over and over. But what I got from it is that you just got to keep pushing. There's a lot of self-motivation to get yourself to what you want to be. That's one of the most important things that I had to learn, was that you need to invest in yourself, even if you feel that no one else will, which I'm sure some people will. But you got to push yourself to do stuff, because no one else will if you don't think you can.
And so that's a real great story in terms of perseverance, some twists and turns, what you thought would be happiness being redefined for you once in college, having a school close on you, right? That's probably pretty rare, being into school and then just having it closed and then still continue to persevere. So perfect. Thank you. So let's go ahead and go to the next question, which is kind of looking back now. You're in your Ceci and Christian are in your first year of college, and Julian, you're a few years in. But we'll start with Christian. Just kind of like, what would be, now looking back, what are some of the things that maybe you wish were in place for you, either through our district or through our high school, whether it be courses or something socially or academically, that you feel that as we kind of have these conversations tonight. So again, tonight it's a big conversation about what can we do to strengthen our goal for college and career readiness. What are some of the things that you wish you had access to while you were still here with us?
Right. I personally believe that the school has a great variety of academic courses. Just the way that they're taught, I don't think is the best way to prepare us for college. Like, I know I mentioned AP classes helped me study, but studying for high school was not really the same as studying for college. And coming here, I really had some really bad studying habits. I didn't know how to study. And yeah, and that was something really hard to break, especially coming into summer. I took a bunch of classes, college classes, and they were like super hard. I was not prepared for them at all. So I had to develop my own study skills. And I realized if in the high school, they assign the homework and then you do the homework and then you just keep going from there. We didn't really study for tests and stuff like that. If I could do that in the high school, I would feel a lot more prepared for college. I'd be familiar with, okay, I need to study for this test. I need to study for this exam. I need to study just in general. I learned something new. I should be studying it just to keep it better in my brain. Another thing, I spoke with the head of the summer program that I went to, and I asked her, what do you think is the biggest thing that students can do to help them succeed in college? And she said one of the biggest things is in college you're going to have access to a lot more resources than you are in high school, and kids are just afraid to kind of get the help they need. Even in class, they're afraid to ask questions to the teacher. They don't want to look like they can't comprehend the subject. They don't want to reach out. They don't want to get help. And I think that was very true. At this point, I'm not afraid to just go out and, reach out to a professor or reach out to some student support service and say, I need help in this subject. I need help in this. I need help figuring this out. And they are all really friendly about it. And I think just making sure a student is, comfortable with asking for help, because I never did that in high school, right? Just make sure they're comfortable with asking for help. Give them a really friendly staff. Services, I'm not sure which service. I'm not sure how to really make a good high school service, but just
Christian,
good study habits and reaching out. Yeah.
Christian, if you don't mind, just what were some of the differences between the study skills that you were using in high school and that you needed and just kind of real briefly, what were some of those that difference, that difference in terms
Yeah.
of studying?
In high school, when I studied, I would kind of do the homework, and that was pretty much it. Like I did the homework. I think I'm able to do this material, and then I go to class and we're kind of doing the same stuff again. Maybe change the lesson a little bit, and I keep going from there. And we didn't have tests very often, I think, in high school. So it didn't really matter how much I knew this. It mattered around the final, sure, but I didn't have as much pressure to know the material as I did here, where you have an exam like every few weeks, and you need to take your own notes and study your own notes. And not all classes have homework. You're just gonna have to open up a textbook and start learning for yourself. That was very different. Yeah, one of the classes I took that were very different is that there was no homework, and all my grades depended on 3 exams, and I had to figure out how to study because nobody else was going to do it for me. So that was definitely a big change I had.
Perfect. Thank you, Christian. Ceci, can you jump in there? What were some of the things you wish you had while you were here as part of our district, as part of our high school, that you kind of wish that would have strengthened you being in college now?
Sorry, my mine is kind of cutting off, but can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So like I said, the College Access Center did really help you to get to college and get your college applications in. But after you got your college applications in, afterwards, I felt like there wasn't really much help after you got your acceptance letters. We were kind of out on our own after that, so we kind of had to learn how to maneuver the whole SIRing process or intent to register process. And that was really complicated because you also had to do all of this FAFSA that had to do with your college. And a lot of us, we didn't really know what to do. And a lot of mistakes, a big part of going to college and being a first gen, speak on my behalf, is that you have to make a lot of mistakes, and learn from those mistakes. But I felt like a lot of the mistakes that I learned from could have been prevented by having a mentor. I'm really big on the whole mentoring thing because I think mentors are just a great way to success. And I feel like just having something that the Calexico High School District could install or start doing is having like a mentorship program where a college student that used to go to Calexico High or Calexico is paired up with a high school student from Calexico. And I've learned so many things, and making mistakes is fine, but a big part of making mistakes is losing money because in college everything is money and time is money, and that's when you really learn that money is a big factor in growing up. But I feel like something that Calexico High School should do is just a mentorship program with Calexico High School students and college students. And also, so we were speaking, a lot of us came to UC Davis and we were all speaking about the same thing. And we said that we wanted to do a panel at Calexico High where we speak to high school students and they ask us questions about college, and we could just, teach them everything that we've learned and hopefully help them avoid many of the things that we went through and kind of put us back, a step back. Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
And Ceci, I think that's just a great idea, right? Just the willingness of already having some conversations from you guys to be able to serve as mentors for our high school seniors this year would be great. And I think definitely we'd be very prudent to reach out to you and to other of our graduates to be able to see, how many that be willing to serve as mentorship. So I love that idea. So I'll definitely follow up on that one. And if I can go to Julian, just kind of share with us, Julian, just what are some of the things that you wish for you that would have been different or would have been in place for you at Calexico High School in your time here in our district?
So personally for me, this is something I felt that I should have done. I felt that I should have taken more AP classes because back then I didn't really think about it, but later, about 2 years into my college career, I figured out that if I had taken pretty much every AP class at the Calexico High School, I would have saved a lot of time, a lot of money. I would have developed a lot of good studying habits, and I would have gotten a real good head start in college. So I feel that students should be encouraged to take those classes, because when I was at the high school, I recall that they weren't really encouraged. It was just more so, oh, you think you're smart enough to take that class? Go for it. No, I feel everyone should have a shot to do those classes, simply because it's doable. Even if you start from nowhere, it's doable. It's just a lot of studying, a lot of involvement, and you just got to learn. And again, with those studying habits, it's crucial in college, because if you don't study all the time consistently, you're very, very quickly going to be left behind. And that's what happened to me my first semester. It's rough, but it's doable. That's the thing. It's challenging, but anyone can do it as long as you have that drive to do it, and as well as if there's those resources available, like they were in the high school AP classes. Also, they're free. I remember we got them free, and if I had wanted to, I could have taken all of them, even if I didn't know anything. But if I would have given them a shot, there was a chance I would have passed them, and I would have saved a lot of money and time on GE courses, because that's where most of the AP classes apply. So that's my input on that.
Awesome. Thank you. So definitely some real good perspective, some real good advice. Guys, I think I speak for all of us, if I may, that I think you just provided us a wealth of information and a lot of food for thought. Very, very thankful and appreciative on behalf of our school district that you were willing to meet with us on such short notice. And I think you gave us a lot for us to process. We're going to have a great night. Know that our parents are here studying note-taking today, so I know they're taking some great notes, and we're going to give them a great quiz later tonight. So look forward to continuing the communication, and look forward to hopefully be able to continue to pick your brain and have it be of benefit for this year's seniors and all future students at Calexico Unified School District. Guys, thank you very, very much, and I'll must pan you to the audience so they can wave goodbye to you. But thank you so much, guys. Give a big round of applause to our high school graduates. Did you mention their careers? Did you mention what they're studying? Did you mention what they were studying on the other slide? No. So Julian is studying to be a chef. Cecilia is studying. Cecilia, you're going to have to remind me real quick. What were you studying again?
Environmental engineering.
Environmental engineering. And Christian?
Computer science.
Computer science. There we go. Awesome. Again, one more big round of applause for our high school students, high school graduates. Thank you so much, guys, and we're going to sign off. Thank you.
Thank you. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, that was the first part of Ms. Ramirez. Some focused note taking. Because in a college and career night, we got to make you feel like college students, right? So you got to take some really good notes, and we're going to give you a quiz here before the end of the night. So that's part of the whole college and career night, that we're going to give you the whole experience. So up next, we have Mr. Alex Jaime, and Mr. Alex Jaime is our CTE facilitator, and he right now is at Calexico High School. Is it Alex or is it our students? It's with the class of the... Are you sure? It's Mr. Jaime. Mr. Jaime? Okay.
And his position is funded out of the LCAP. And he's a CTE facilitator.
So Mr. Jaime today is going to give us a tour of the welding class at Calexico High School. And so he's going to kind of walk us through, give us a guided tour through video. And then he's going to, I believe he's going to interview a student for us as well. This is one of the courses that is offered throughout the day at Calexico High School. And then it's also offered as part of their after-school program.
Hello, Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't see you though.
Okay, let me. Okay, now can you let me flip the camera?
Awesome. So again, Alex,
Okay,
I
can
don't know
you
if you
see me
can.
now?
Yeah, we can see you, and I believe you can see our
And hear
audience.
me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yes, it's kind of difficult because we are in a welding class, but I can hear you.
So Mr. Jaime is informing us that for his end, it's a little bit hard to hear us because there's a lot of action going on in the welding class. There actually have some welding going on. So Alex, go ahead and just walk us through here for about a minute. Kind of let us see the facilities, kind of show us what's happening, and then if you have a student for us to interview here real quickly, that'd be awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, let me flip the camera here. Okay, so here we can see the actual shop, the welding shop. We currently have 7 students for adult education, which you can see back here. Here's the instructor, Mr. Camarillo. In the back, we see 2 people. One is a lady. He has 7 students currently. 2 are women. I'm pretty much outside of the shop right now. Here is another young lady. Don't ask me what they're using because I have no idea. And here is another student. And then let me head towards the front of the classroom where you're going to see the actual classroom. Over here, they have a really cool plasma cutter. This, I do know what it's called. That one, this baby here. I know what those are called, helmets. Can you guys see those over there? And the classroom is...
But what does a plasma cutter
Right
do?
over here.
What does a plasma cutter do?
I'm sorry?
What does a plasma cutter do?
The plasma cutter, if you've seen the Calexico sign, the really awesome letters that were placed in the front of the school before they took him out, that is what it does. It cuts, for example, those letters. That was done with a plasma cutter.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna head back to. Well, I wanna thank everyone there. I just want to let you know that we offer, the district offers 12 industry sectors, and we have 16 pathways that we offer as a district, and we have 15 teachers, CTE teachers. One is at Aurora High School, 2 at the 9th grade campus, and 12 here at the main campus. So we're looking at the welding class because it's the only class that is currently in session at this time. But I just want to reiterate that these are adults, okay? Mr. Camarillo offers the day school. He offers an after-school assets program. And right now, the ones you're seeing here are the actual adult, it's the adult ed school here at the main campus. I'm gonna, unless you have any questions, I'm gonna pull Adrian, this gentleman that you see here, to interview him. Adrian, would you come with me? I'm gonna go ahead and walk back to the classroom because it's kind of loud. So I'm gonna take him back to the classroom, and then we can actually interview him. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
So Elisa, Ms. Ramirez was sharing with our audience a flyer where they have access to see all the pathways that you just mentioned.
Yes. Yes, they offer most of the things that LCAP supports here. They purchase a lot of the tubing, a lot of the actual metal, gas, electrodes, a lot of the consumables. A lot of the other things are purchased to CTIC and through Perkins because they're higher end, they're a lot more expensive. But we have Adrian here. So Adrian, wave to the LCAP Community Forum. Adriana is, by the way, works at the Heber School District, but we welcome him into our community. We're happy that he's with us, but it's okay. He's from Heber, but that's fine. So you guys have questions for him?
if you can just kind of share with us what this class has meant to him, and what are his goals for him to kind of benefit from this class.
Okay. They're asking what have you benefit? What are your goals for this class? What have you learned in this class?
Oh well, yeah. Since this is my second semester in the adult welding class, and I've learned a lot from not knowing how to turn on a welding machine to like knowing how to fabricate already. It's a big improvement. I'm a car guy. I like fixing old cars, antiques, and now I could do a lot of work myself instead of having to go out and find somebody to do it for me. So overall, it's very helpful, and I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot in this class.
Adrian, what do you think this
Do you have
would
another
mean?
question?
What do you think this class means for our Calexico High School students? How do you see this benefiting Calexico High School students?
How do you see this class benefiting Calexico High School?
Calexico High School students.
Well, it's very educational. I think welding is it's a pretty big part. In the workforce. So you're opening up doors for students to learn this trade, and there's a lot of money to be made in this trade. So I think bringing this class to Calexico is very good for the kids. I think the school's gonna benefit the kids, and they're gonna learn a lot.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adrian. Thank you very much for taking time there from your busy class schedule to kind of join us and give us some that feedback, that input. And so, Mr. Jaime, we're going to sign off here, but we're going to do a real big wave from our audience. Everybody say bye to Adrian and to Mr. Alex Jaime. And Alex, thank you so much for joining us via the Welding Shop.
Thank you all for your support.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much. Just give a big round of applause to Adrian and to Mr. Jaime. So moving forward, I'm going to ask to join us here to the front is Sebastian Ramirez and Jocelyn Beltran. Let's give a big round of applause to Jocelyn and to Sebastian. Sebastian and Jocelyn are both currently high school seniors, and I'm going to ask them just kind of by start sharing maybe what are some of the colleges, acceptance letters that you have received, where you're thinking to go to college, what careers are you currently thinking to pursue. And so we'll start with Sebastian and then with Jocelyn.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sebastian Ramirez, and I'm currently a senior at Calexico High School. So the past 4 years has really been a chase for college, and this year I was fortunate enough to apply. I applied to most of the UC system, consisting of UCLA, UC Berkeley, Santa Cruz, UCSD. And for Cal State, I applied to Cal State LA and SCSU.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jocelyn, and I'm planning on studying chemical engineering. I applied to 4 University of California and 4 CSUs, which were CSU Long Beach, CSU San Marcos, SDSU, San Diego State University, and UCLA, UCSD, UC Irvine, Cal Poly Pomona, and UC San Diego. Thank you.
Sebastian, if you can just share with us both from an academic and a social standpoint, what are some of the things that you feel are a strength that we currently have in our school district and our high school that are supporting you in this journey as you're beginning to plan for life after high school?
Certainly one of the privileges that Calexico High School has is the large amount of AP courses and the financial backup that we receive as students. Some students in Pura Valley, such as different schools, high schools, they have to pay for the AP exams and SATs, which is something that many students might struggle with. And just the school having the opportunity to give to everyone and have financial need not be a part of your academics is something that we're really grateful for. because of this, I'm able to take as many AP courses as I can handle and not have to worry about the price, only how well I could do academically.
Just like Sebastian said, AP courses definitely. AP Calculus and AP Chemistry were some of the two classes that led me to choose chemical engineering. So being able to take as many AP courses and AP exams as we can handle is very important for us. And SAT too, because it is a very expensive test which we have to take to enter a UC or a CSD. So that is a great addition to our district.
If you can next kind of share just a little bit about what do you think as you're going through, where do you think we're missing the mark here a bit? You know, if we could add a secret sauce or add something else to the ingredient that would help you on your journey pursuing your life after high school, what would you wish you would have in place?
I'd say more computer science classes, more classes that are into the STEM field, because there's very little recognition in Calexico District for STEM. We would need an engineering class because I am going into chemical engineering and I've never taken an engineering class, but I know what it entitles since I've done my research and I've seen other students like Ceci, she's my friend, and I communicate with her and she helps me throughout the process.
One of the things I truly wish that we would have had at Calexico High School is a lot more like preparation for standardized testing. Here in the Imperial Valley, we have a lot of, our scores aren't up to date as we would like to see. And a lot of times it's due to a fact of lack of studying or just tutoring overall. SAT prep classes are something that would have helped me tremendously throughout my college course and selection process. And it was something I would like to see for future students, for them to have that as an extra plus to their application.
Just in the interest of time, just real quick, any questions from the audience? Anybody that love to ask a question to these students? Questions? No? All right, go ahead. So some advice for students that are a little behind the journey, coming along through Calexico High School. What advice would you give them?
Definitely to not procrastinate on college applications. It is one of the most crucial steps during senior year because it is where we will go after graduation. So I feel like everyone should go to the College Access Center, as Ceci said, to receive help. They will help you and they will help with FAFSA, everything we need.
One tip that I've seen throughout the 4 years is to really be involved in your school and your community. Oftentimes colleges, they don't see you as just a number or a score. They want to see you more as a person, so that's where the essays come for yourself. If you could go out volunteering, you could go out get a job, or just be around your clubs like I am in my robotics. It really helps you out in your application and just knowing the material and resources that are available in your school and just your city. These type of resources can help you have an amazing resume when it's time to come to apply to college, and really set you apart compared to everyone else.
What's your favorite thing about Calexico High School
Ooh, right now. Let me see. Right now as a senior, I really like the stress of it, like the whole waiting period of the college process and the activities that are going on right now. In December we had a senior Christmas, and that's when it really hit me that I'm a senior, I'm soon gonna leave, and just gets you into that mentality that it's not forever. It's only temporary. It's only a step closer to the door, and you're out of it. It's not forever.
For me, it has to be my yearbook class. I love yearbook because we get to be involved in everything. We go out and take pictures and be part of the community. Yearbook is not only being a class and creating a book. It's about connecting with the community. Like I've seen many parents go to the football games and be involved, which is amazing.
Yes. Sebastian, I also do my best work under stress. That's when I do my very, very best work. And I have someone that always keeps me under a tremendous amount of stress. And her name's Miss Ramirez. It's a tremendous amount of stress all the time. Last minute, do this work. And so I too enjoy that stress. Let's have a big round of applause for Calexico High School seniors, for Jocelyn and Sebastian. And on behalf of our school district, we just wish you the very best in what remains of your senior year. And you're very right? This is it. You're in the last few months, that last stretch, so definitely cherish it, make the most of it, and we wish you the best going forward. And be real good about asking questions. Let's learn that from Ceci, right? Don't be afraid of asking questions. Ask all the questions you need to ask. So again, one more big round of applause for our high school seniors. Okay. You want to tell me?
Okay, so at the beginning, when you walked in, I gave you a color card, or Eugenia gave you a color card, one of us, okay? They're color-coded. The one that looks like pink is pink, not salmon, but it's pink. The one that looks like blue is blue, and then the one that looks like yellow, it's a yellow-orange card, and then we have the green-teal one. So if you got a white card, you're staying here, okay, with my group. If you got a pink card, you're going to go to room 3, which is, where's Mrs. Fuentes? 3 is, I think it's through, room 3 is through here on the other side. So room 3? Okay, so you're going to go through room 4 and then go to the next classroom. If you are in if you have blue, you're in room 4, which is at the very end. Yellow is room 5, which is across this room. You have to go through this room to the next classroom. And then green is the first room right here, 6. So whites, you stay here. And then the rest, look for your colors. Look for your room number.
Do you want to have them bring chairs, or how do we do it? Monday? Okay. Are we going to be standing?
In 10 minutes, we're going to have to tell them in 10 minutes.
Yes, after 10 minutes, you're going to rotate to another classroom. You get to pick where you want to go, okay, for the second one.
Ok, vamos a empezar. So, lo que vamos a hacer ahorita es una estrategia que se llama Socratic Seminar. Hay que considerarlo como un círculo donde vamos a tener conversación así bien intelectual, ¿ok? Así listos. Entonces hay que formarnos todos en un círculo, hay que acercarnos aquí un poquito, mira. Y nos están grabando, nos están viendo, cuando hable alguien vamos a usar el micrófono y esto estamos por empezar ahorita. Ready? So yo voy a empezar. Normalmente en un Socratic Seminar nomás hablamos así, entramos a la conversación así profesionalmente en el diálogo, pero porque necesitamos el micrófono para que el público nos pueda oír, nomás esta vez vamos a hacer la excepción, vamos a que levanten la mano para pasarles el micrófono. Aquí no hay bien, no hay mal, el propósito es cómo nos mejoramos en nuestro pensamiento, en lo que vemos en la perspectiva del tema de hoy, que va a ser cómo preparamos a los niños para el colegio, ¿verdad? Yo voy a empezar con el primer tema. Yo les quiero hacer la pregunta, ¿qué pensarían ustedes si empezaríamos un programa, en inglés se llama internship? Internship en español se dice un internado, donde los estudiantes tuvieran que hacer ciertas horas trabajando en un negocio para que les diera la experiencia del trabajo. Como sugerencia, ¿qué son sus opiniones de si debemos o no debemos explorar las probabilidades de empezar un programa de internship? ¿Quién gusta empezar?
Yo pienso que es una buena idea. De hecho, hay programas, por ejemplo, no sé si son familiarizados con Kaplan College o Merritt College, donde estudias y antes de que tú termines tu estudio ellos te mandan a una oficina, por ejemplo, de dentista, si tú estás estudiando para asistente de dentista, y ahí es donde tú haces tus prácticas y te vas conociendo el trabajo, qué es lo que hacen para que en el momento que tú te gradúes de tu trade, tú ya estás preparada para entrar a trabajar.
Bueno, buenas tardes, a mí me gusta el micrófono, así que ya lo daré. Soy Samuel Gutiérrez, uno de los consejeros de nuestra escuela de aquí de Caléxico, y una de las cosas que yo he descubierto es que el plan de las Naciones Unidas para el 2030 es de promover la inclusión de todos los estudiantes, ¿no? Ellos según piensan que venciendo la pobreza vamos a lograrlo con la inclusión. Entonces, una de las maneras para lograr esa idea de inclusión es de establecer redes. ¿Cómo se pueden establecer redes? Involucrándonos. Hacer un internship o ser interino o internado, como se dicen, es importante porque la oportunidad se presta a que se establezcan redes, que el estudiante conozca personas profesionales, porque es muy importante y que dé una impresión importante, ¿no? Porque eso le va a ayudar, puede ser una carta de recomendación en el futuro cuando esté aplicando, o una referencia cuando esté aplicando a una posición, a una beca, a una universidad, es muy importante. Entonces, nomás ahí se lo dejo para que se siente muy bien esa información, ¿no? ¿Alguien más?
Gracias. Bueno, pues para mí es el primer año que estoy aquí en Caléxico, para nosotros, para la niña. Y sí me ha gustado el sistema aquí de Estados Unidos, la verdad. Y esta es la primera vez que vengo aquí con ustedes y quisiera saber más de esta situación, la verdad.
Bueno, creo que el tema de hoy es que los alumnos queremos preparar para que estén listos o para una carrera técnica o para la carrera profesional académicamente en una universidad. Lo que yo siento que es importante poder hacer este tipo de prácticas, internados, y ahorita miramos la palabra está más sofisticada, ¿verdad? La traducción, es que para mí, yo soy la mamá del niño que estaba en la universidad y luego decidió ser chef. Me gustaría que él haya tomado clases o internados de lo que es ingeniería, en vez de haber hecho el gasto de ir a la universidad porque pagamos el gasto por un año, y lo dice, no ma, siempre quiero ser chef. Y le encantó. Si entonces haya tenido la oportunidad de trabajar con un ingeniero y decir, no, esto no es para mí, se haya ido directamente. Entonces, a mí me gustaría que los alumnos tuvieran esta oportunidad.
Bueno, desde mi punto de vista, creo que eso debería ser el que se debería instituir en las high schools. Siempre hablamos de ocupaciones técnicas, CTE, ¿verdad? O inclusive entrenamientos, capacitaciones vocacionales, y que eso incluye en la parte de pasantía, esa es la otra palabra. Ajá, un internship, el componente ese, porque se le da la clase en la aula, ¿verdad? Y después tienes que mandarlos a que hagan esa pasantía, esa práctica, ¿verdad? Entonces creo que combina tanto lo teórico con lo práctico. La oportunidad de darte cuenta de que de verdad esa es la carrera o la ocupación que tú quieres, porque alguien dijo de ahí, ¿verdad? Uno de los estudiantes, todo eso es dinero. es inversión. Y cuando invertimos, pues ojalá y sí haya resultados, ¿verdad? Y no queremos hacer un error costoso. Pero más sin embargo, creo que ya sea en algo técnico, en un CTE, pathway, o en un, 4-year degree, creo que eso debería de ser algo que se debería instituir. Y algo quizá que también hablábamos en la high school, de que antes se hacía el senior project, ¿okay? Incluir algo así, exponerlos a prácticas, exponerlos a ir con industria, que invitar a gente de industria que venga y hable con ellos. No sería una pasantía, pero sería una buena manera de exponerlos a las diferentes opciones que hay disponibles en carreras.
Creo que todos tienen buena idea. Una de las cosas que yo he hecho en Calexico, coordinadora de los programas después de escuela, he contratado mucha gente para que trabaje en la escuela. Muchos de ellos son jóvenes que están aquí en IBC o van a San Diego State, y muchos de ellos en las entrevistas les falta, no tienen experiencia y no saben qué es tener un empleo bien. Así que es dándoles la oportunidad de hacer un internship y mandarlos a un lugar donde se trata como un empleo, les cambia un poquito la mentalidad de cómo es ser responsable y qué es llegar a tiempo y cómo debes tratar a la gente y cómo es comportarte tú profesionalmente. Todos esos son cosas que cubrimos con el personal después de escuela, y ahora que trabajo como directora de proyectos estatales y federales y mucho con CTE, las cosas que yo he visto y que yo digo que necesito para los empleados que trabajen aquí en el programa después de escuela son las mismas cosas que las personas que trabajan en las diferentes industrias han dicho que necesitan. Personas profesionales, personas con buen criterio, personas que se comportan de cierta manera y pueden colaborar y contribuir y llevarse bien con todos alrededor. Y a veces nosotros estamos pensando en, necesitamos enseñarles ciertas cosas relacionadas con como ingenieros necesitan saber exactamente matemática y ciencia y esto. Maestros necesitan dar cómo enseñar, pero muchas veces es cómo tratar a la gente, cómo trabajar con la gente y cómo poder hacer conexiones, porque esa carta de recomendación no me la van a dar si yo no me sé comportar y no hago bien mi trabajo.
Les quiero hacer una pregunta así breve porque vamos a tener que cambiar pronto. ¿Qué es su opinión de ustedes también, igual, si implementaríamos que cada estudiante tuviera que tener un portafolio para salir de la high school? Son ideas, pueden estar de acuerdo o desacuerdo.
Pues yo creo que si les preguntamos a los estudiantes, ellos van a decir que no, ¿verdad? Pero creo que debería de ser algo que se debería de hacer y hacer lo más pronto posible, porque bueno, a nosotros que trabajamos en el área de desarrollo de fuerza laboral, de capacitaciones para adultos, ¿verdad? Eso es lo que está faltando, lo que se llama soft skills, lo que es algo de que quizá la high school, cualquier institución educativa no va a preparar, sino a la persona o al empleado, ¿verdad? Entonces, los empleadores ahorita están diciendo, no necesariamente quiero a alguien que ya venga con experiencia, quiero a alguien que traiga los fundamentos para, que se necesitan para ser un buen empleado, ¿verdad? Lo demás yo lo hago, yo lo entreno, yo lo capacito. Inclusive hay opciones de fondos adicionales que el gobierno pone para capacitar a la gente, pero necesitamos a una persona que llegue temprano, que sea responsable, que sepa seguir las instrucciones, ¿verdad? Todo eso que es clave, que es básico, ¿verdad? Y creo que eso es una de las cosas que tenemos que hacer un poco más en la high school o en el sistema educativo, soft skills. Eso es lo que nos piden ahora, y nosotros hemos hecho ya 2 grupos de soft skills, personas que ya están empleadas en este momento. Nosotros vamos con los empleadores, decimos, darles 2 horas, un par de horas, 3 horas a tus empleados por semana, nosotros le vamos a dar capacitación en eso. ¿Y para qué? Para que sigan siendo productivos. Y estas son personas que ya están empleados. Ahora imagínense los que vienen apenas a unirse a la cadena laboral. Creo que es importante de trabajar en eso.
Eso me hizo pensar en una pregunta muy importante, se las quiero hacer. ¿Qué es la diferencia entre lo que la escuela quiere de los estudiantes a que los estudiantes quieren de la escuela? ¿Quién gusta contestar? ¿Qué es la diferencia entre lo que la escuela quiere de los estudiantes a que de los estudiantes quiera de la escuela?
Bueno, me voy a arriesgar. Pero sabe que la vida es riesgo, así que hay que arriesgarnos. Yo creo que más que diferencia vamos a enfocarnos en la similaridad. Los papás ven a la escuela como una promesa. La promesa, ¿qué representa? Una esperanza. Esperanza para que los niños puedan tener una mejor calidad de vida. Eso es lo que representa la escuela para nosotros. Que nuestros niños tengan la esperanza de que uno tenga la esperanza que ellos puedan tener una mejor calidad de vida. Ellos también van a la escuela con la esperanza de que si tal vez aprendo, si tal vez me divierto aprendiendo, voy a tener una mejor calidad de vida. Entonces, a veces queremos lo mismo, pero lo expresamos diferente, ¿verdad? Entonces, vamos a pensar en eso.
Creo que tiene buen punto. Creo que la diferencia es qué es una buena calidad de vida en los ojos de los padres y qué es una buena calidad de vida en los ojos de los alumnos. Entonces, para muchos de ellos es rápido salir y estudiar y empezar a ganar dinero, sin saber todo el esfuerzo que lleva para llegar ahí. Y un padre, porque ya lo vivió, sabe que es un proceso largo, difícil, paciencia. Y creo que ellos lo ven muy rápido. Entonces yo creo que esa es la definición para mí.
Yo lo veo drásticamente muy diferente. Yo pienso que los estudiantes quieren lo social, las fiestas, la diversión, los clubs, y en veces pienso que nosotros queremos, ándale, estudia, y ellos están, ¿verdad? ¿Qué vamos a hacer el viernes? ¿O a qué hora voy a platicar? Yo pienso que en cierto sentido tenemos un poquito un poquito de todo, ¿verdad? Pero también pienso que muchas veces la competencia es, tal vez ellos lo que desean mucho más social que nosotros lo que queremos ¿verdad? Porque están chicos, ¿verdad? Claro. Creo que ya nos acabamos de tiempo. ¿Cómo le hacemos para hacer la rotación? Okay, so where do they go next? Okay, so free choice yo sé que están aquí, entonces tenemos 4-year plan con Ms. Williams, directora de Calexico High School, A through G, nuestra coordinadora de académicos de secundario. Melanie Urias es una estudiante en la clase de Entrepreneur, una clase que se acaba de abrir de cómo es abrir tu propio negocio. Y es una clase que vamos a empezar a ofrecer y es una estudiante dando su perspectiva. Y Luis García y Mario Magallanes ellos son los maestros de robótica y tienen una experiencia de coding a un nivel muy básico, pero para que vean un poquito la experiencia de lo que es coding. Bueno, muchas gracias, hagan su selección y para que vayan a disfrutar de otro tema. Gracias.
Entonces, ¿ya no te quieres cambiar?
Hoy que le di un paciente a un niño que no se lo esperaba y que soltó así lágrimas de sí, hermoso. Yo dije, pues algo me mandaron a esa escuela. Pero tú manda, tú eres mi mamá. Donde tú quieras.
Te estoy mandando a donde quieres ir. Donde querías ir.
Sí, yo
pero
sé.
sí cambian las cosas.
Donde tú quieras, pero la verdad, sé que pues no sé. ¿Dónde estás? Estoy en ejercicio.
Sí. ¿Sabes qué? Y sí, tenemos aquí en Cantúa que viene y da entrenamiento gratis. Lo único es tenemos que ver si podemos traerla el sábado. El sábado porque ese entrenamiento nos lo dio al personal en el distrito. Muy bueno.
Ok, vamos a empezar.
Bueno, ya me quedo.
Acompáñenos, 5 minutos. Véngase.
Vamos a hablar bien rapidito acá.
Si gusta.
Oh, you can get them started?
Sí, okay, sorry. El último nada más.
Sí, ok.
Bueno, vamos a empezar. El primer tema, aquí ponen alrededor de eso, porque tendrá que los dos tomar una foto porque todo aquí. Yo no necesito más. Yo ahorita no tengo cámara, pero lo estoy cargando. Entonces, yo creo que ya está mal. Sí. So, gracias por acompañarnos. Vamos a hacer lo que en inglés le llaman un Socratic Seminar. Y por interés de tiempo, nomás lo voy a explicar cómo es algo donde es una estrategia que se usa mucho en las escuelas para empezar a enseñar a los niños que tengan diálogo, un diálogo académico. Se consideran un diálogo profesional, así muy intelectual, ¿verdad? Se los voy a hacer así unas preguntas así bien intelectuales. El propósito nomás es de aprender de uno del otro en mejorar nuestra capacidad de aprender lo que las necesidades de estudiantes. Hoy luego es la primera pregunta, y no sé decir la palabra en español, se me van a disculpar, pero mi primera pregunta es, ¿qué opinaran ustedes si le pidiéramos a los estudiantes que tuvieran que participar en lo que se llama un internship, que en español ya me dijeron, pero no me acuerdo cómo se dice la palabra, como un internado, ¿verdad? ¿Qué opinaran, nomás de la idea, ¿verdad? Si le pidiéramos a los niños como parte de graduación que tuvieran que hacer X horas de un internship que les diera la experiencia voluntario en un negocio? Quien guste tomar el micrófono.
Para mí, para mí, una perfecta idea. Tengo dos hijos y yo creo que si les van a dar más experiencia y saber algo a lo que se van a esperar, perfecto.
¿Quién más gusta compartir? ¿Sí?
Yo pienso que todas las actividades que se lleguen a hacer para que nuestros hijos tengan éxito, sean plenos y desarrollen sus capacidades, y esta es una oportunidad para que yo tengo mi hijo aquí, para que mi hijo desarrolle sus habilidades, sus destrezas, sus inquietudes de lo que él quiere estudiar, a lo que quiere dedicarse el resto de su vida, y esto lo va a ayudar a su plenitud adelante. Yo lo apoyo completamente.
Gracias. ¿Alguien más?
Pues pienso si le dieran al estudiante esa oportunidad fuera una idea perfecta, porque los niños eso les ayuda ya estando fuera, les va a ayudar a ellos cuando estén fuera de la universidad, ya les ayuda para estar entrenando. Yo, por ejemplo, mi hijo de chiquitos se iban a campamentos de 5 días y así, y ha ido a la universidad a quedarse y no le ha costado trabajo por lo mismo, entonces eso. y si pusieran ese requisito, pues muy, muy buena idea.
No se vale porque es mi segunda vez en este círculo. Pero lo que hablábamos hace rato es que dándoles a los alumnos una oportunidad de hacer un internship, servimos varios propósitos. Uno, se les da la oportunidad de ir a un trabajo y experimentar qué es el tener un trabajo y aprender todo lo que se aprende y que se necesita cuando uno tiene un empleo. Llegar a tiempo, tratar a la gente y todo eso. Otra es la oportunidad de hacer conexiones con personas que tal vez normalmente no conectarían. Así que oportunidades de mentorship o simplemente, sabes que me caíste bien, trabajas muy bien, oportunidad de trabajo en los veranos, así. Y otra cosa es también, les comentaba que yo como coordinadora del programa después de escuela contrato mucha gente después de escuela y a veces llegan candidatos a las entrevistas que no tienen experiencia y no, lo que decimos soft skills, no los tienen. El cómo tratar a la gente, el cómo llegar a tiempo, cómo vestirse profesionalmente, cómo tratar a otros cuando estás en un lugar profesional. Así que teniendo la oportunidad de internship, nos da oportunidad a los alumnos de darles esta experiencia que tal vez de otro modo no tendrían la experiencia.
Yo pienso que también como dijo Brisa, y también ellos se dan cuenta que a lo mejor no era su área, ¿verdad? Que dicen, híjole, yo pensé, como dije que iba a ser veterinario o doctor, que era más fácil, o la verdad no me gusta lo que estoy mirando, o sea, o la sangre me da miedo, ¿no? Entonces, decir, ¿sabes qué? Este es mi ramo, como miraba al estudiante que nos dio la de Entrepreneur, yo dije, eso es lo que quisiéramos que tuvieran nuestros hijos, pasión, ¿verdad? Porque ella habla de su carrera así como que los ojos le brillan y digo, eso es un buen profesional, cuando sientes que amas o te gusta esa carrera, o sea, las palabras fluyen y convences a la otra persona de eso es lo mío, ¿por qué quieren estar aquí? Entonces, es bien interesante, ¿verdad? Que vayan a otras áreas y que vean y como dice Brisa, las conexiones y que ellas digan, esta es la vida real. O sea, ya estoy aquí con un horario, con respetar, ¿verdad? A mis superiores, acomodarme a las horas de trabajo y hacer conexiones. Pero sí, yo encantada de que mis hijos vayan al mundo real.
Excelente. Ahora les voy a hacer una pregunta bien difícil, pero así como súper difícil, ¿verdad? Entonces la pregunta es, ¿qué es la diferencia entre lo que la escuela quiere de los estudiantes y los estudiantes quieren de la escuela? ¿Qué es la diferencia en la relación entre lo que la escuela quiere de los estudiantes a lo que los estudiantes quieren de la escuela? Y a lo mejor ninguna, ¿verdad? Pero, ¿qué es la diferencia? Pues para decir, hay que hablar de nosotros, ¿va? En cualquier escuela que esté su hijo, ya sea primaria, high school, lo que sea. ¿Qué cree usted que es la diferencia entre lo que la escuela, su escuela donde va su hijo o hija, quiera del estudiante a lo que el estudiante quiere de la escuela?
Pero por ejemplo, mi hijo está en elementary school, o sea, no, ellos vienen a la escuela a divertirse, ellos vienen a ser felices, o sea, en una palabra, ¿no? Y la escuela está preocupada por cumplir metas, objetivos, que los niños, la asistencia de los niños para obtener sus recursos para la escuela, cómo llegarse de recursos para instruir a los alumnos, y los niños están pensando en divertirse, en ser felices nada más, y ellos dentro de su oportunidad que tienen de aprender, están aprendiendo, divirtiéndose, eso es lo que ellos quieren, y o sea, son objetivos diferentes, pero cuando ellos empiezan a crecer, pues van cambiando sus objetivos, sus pensamientos, sus necesidades, y las de la escuela siempre va a ser lo mismo, a llegarse de los recursos y cumplir sus metas como escuela.
Para mí yo creo que es un poquito cuáles son lo que espera mi hijo de la escuela, qué espero yo de la escuela y qué espera la escuela de mí. Él va, como el tuyo, está en primaria y él quiere ir y divertirse y aprender y estar con sus amigos y aprender jugando o aprender entre todo lo que hace. Yo cuando lo mando a la escuela, yo lo mando para que haga esas conexiones, que se divierta, que aprenda divirtiéndose y que I want him to be nice. I want him to learn to be nice and to sit with that, that student and stick up for other students. That's what I want from him. Y la escuela quiere lo que también dijiste. Tiene metas, tiene que cumplir de asistencia, académicos, los maestros tienen sus metas de que tengo que pasar tengo que cubrir todo este material y a veces olvidándose de las relaciones de los que tienen que tener.
Creo que ya se nos acabó el tiempo y es un poco desafortunado porque ese tema creo que es uno que se merece hablar más, ¿verdad? Y a ver, por en vez sí pienso que hay un poquito de desconexión, entonces pienso que es algo que podemos explorar, ¿verdad? Y en cómo hacer esa mejor conexión para que no pretendo tener la respuesta, lo único que tenía yo era la pregunta, ¿verdad? Por eso me gusta hacer las preguntas porque entonces no tengo que tener ninguna respuesta. Claro, y claro que es algo muy complicado, ¿eh? que se merece mucha plática. Do we bring everybody back?
Creo que un minuto más porque empezó un poquito tarde, pero en lo que se conecta la muchacha. ¿Tenemos como 5 minutos? Yo tengo una pregunta.
Okay.
Una pregunta rapidito, porque mi forma de pensar cambió mucho después de que mis hijos pasaron por la escuela, pero para ustedes, ¿qué creen que es más importante? ¿Que sus hijos escojan una carrera técnica o que sus hijos escojan una carrera académica?
Pues lo que ellos disfruten, la verdad que a mí me gustaría ver a mis hijos felices, porque veo muchos profesionistas sentados no disfrutando su trabajo y veo, o sea, yo digo, que él estuviera disfrutando lo que está haciendo, híjole, nos beneficiaría no nada más a él mismo, sino a todos, ¿verdad? A su alrededor, porque podemos exigir muchas A's cuando en realidad lo que vamos a mí me gustaría que mi niño aprenda en lugar de que saque un grado que a lo mejor se lo memorizó, sino de que él aprenda en realidad lo que está estudiando y se vea reflejado en, ¿verdad? en lo que en un futuro haga, pero sí, enfocarnos en que también lo disfruten, ¿verdad?
Pues yo también más o menos lo mismo, ejemplo real, mi hija iba para doctora, empezó doctora y se dio cuenta que no era, le gustó más el lado de la enfermería y ahorita ya va para enfermera, aunque digo yo, ay, que ya me conoce, mi hija la mejor de la high school, pero pues ella es lo que quiere y ya lo apoyo, o sea, ella va a querer, eso es lo que le gusta y lo disfruta, trabaja ahorita en el hospital 10 horas de noche, ella feliz, porque eso es lo que ella quiere.
Y bien rápido, yo estoy igual que ella, tienen que ir al colegio, tienen que ser un profesional. Y el niño que estaba ahí, que fue a UCSD, que hicimos el año un gasto y luego decidió ser chef, es este mismo. Okay. Entonces, él ahora va a ser chef. Y yo no sé por qué todo el tiempo enfocada en que tenían que ser algo profesional. Y ahora el intento de nosotros en la escuela es que la universidad no es para todos, ¿verdad? Nosotros sabemos. Entonces, ¿cómo prepararlos para que sean los dos? Él se preparó para la universidad, pero también está preparado para una carrera técnica y que él escoja a final de cuentas cuál de las dos quiere. Nuestra meta es preparar a sus niños en 2 diferentes carreras y que ya estando ahí decidan aquí quiero ir. ¿Ah?
Can I start asking her a question? Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Mr. Padilla. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for asking about yourself.
I'm doing well.
Great. We were doing some workshops, and it was going to take us a few minutes to get the parents here back for us to start our keynote, but I was looking at the notes that you sent me. You said Imperial Valley, Sol, and then the next word is it anteaters or
Yes, anteaters.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure I pronounce it correctly. And then it's to prepare students to pursue higher education, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
So we bring students from Calexico and Southwestern schools, and we bring them to our campus to show them the college life, and we basically motivate them.
Awesome. Perfect.
Oh, thank you. Amazing. How was the drive back to the valley, Mr. Padilla?
I drove in to walk into the stage. Let's put it that way. A little bit of I had a little bit of traffic, and I
You made
literally
it right on time.
literally drove in and walked maybe about 10 seconds late, but it was great. 10 minutes. Okay. So we have a special person in the audience on the screen there, Ms. Montaño. Yeah, you should be have to.
Hi, Ms. Montaño. How are you doing? She can't hear me? Okay.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you? We are so proud of you. I'm so glad you're with us tonight.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Montaño. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
It's good to
I
see
hope
you.
to go back and see you soon.
Yes, come by and see me. I'm at Blanc Charles.
Yes.
Perfect. So we're ready to get started. It really is a pleasure and an honor for me to present Jessica Mariel Herrera. She attended Rockwood Elementary, Jefferson Elementary, Enrique Camarena, Calexico High School. She played the flute as a band student. She is currently working for the Mathematics, Engineering, and Science Achievement. She is at UC Irvine. She is the founder of the Imperial Valley Soul Anteaters in Irvine, which is an organization for students from the Valley to inspire them to attend higher education. So she's here to present a keynote for us, and she's a graduate from Calexico High School 2016. So let's give a big round of applause to Jessica Herrera. And she has her presentation titled My College Journey. Jessica, they're all yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for having me tonight. My name is Jessica Herrera, and I'm a Calexico High School graduate of the class of 2016. Currently, I am at the University of California, Irvine. My major is in biomedical engineering, and I will be graduating with my Bachelor's of Science degree this June in 2020. Throughout this presentation, I apologize. Throughout this presentation, I will be talking about my college experience and many things that I have learned throughout this journey. So I will be sharing 7 different lessons that I have learned. First of all, I learned how to become a better student. When I came into college, I was very scared and I was very afraid that I wouldn't be as capable or as intelligent as my other peers. But I learned that we shouldn't compare ourselves to others. Many times, I saw that other students were having an easier time understanding things or getting better grades, but I couldn't really know how much they were struggling to be where they are. I learned that we each have our own unique journey and that there are many different ways of being successful. I also learned how to study better. When I came into college, I took a class that was 40% midterm and 60% final. So my entire grade depended on only 2 exams. So I needed to take responsibility and learn how to manage my time. Because in college, the professor and my mom wouldn't after me saying, Mijita, did you do your homework? Mijita, did you already go to school? Mijita, wake up. And all of those things that my mom would always do to prepare me and help me go to school, I knew that she wasn't going to be there anymore. So I had to take all the responsibility to do well in school. When I was in high school, I had all A's and a 4.36 GPA. In college, I had to face my first C and even my first D in an exam. I was very shocked, and I started doubting if being an engineer was for me. And I started questioning, am I good enough? Am I as smart as everyone else here in school? But I said, never again. I decided to learn from that failure and from the many times that I learned in school that I needed to go beyond the obstacles and learn from my mistakes. So I studied my hardest and I was able to pass that class. And this is something that I learned coming from the Valley. I learned to be resilient. I learned to work very hard and with the mentality that si se puede, that I can do it, that my parents were there to support me, that my school and everyone in my valley were there, and I was there to represent them. So I decided to study hard, and I was able to pass that class in the end, because college is not about who is the smartest, it's about who is the strongest and most willing to succeed, because we can either give up and feel sorry for ourselves, or we can learn from our mistakes to become better students. The second lesson that I learned was that independence equals responsibility. Now that I was in college, I had to be away from home, I had to live on my own and do everything. Back here, now I have to live in an apartment with 4 other girls. I have to clean, cook, do laundry, and even wake up on my own every morning. Because when I was in high school, my mom was the one that would wake me up every day. And I actually miss that a lot because I was able to rely on her. And through all the things that she taught me, now I am able to use that today because at least I know I can take care of myself and do some cooking, because I have almost burned down the kitchen a couple of times. I called my mom and I asked her, Mom, how can I cook all of these different things? And what are your recipes? So please raise your hand if you have taught your kids how to cook at least one meal. Thank you. I truly believe that all high school students should learn how to cook at least 3 meals, because trust me, they will be tired of eating Maruchan all of the time, because that's what I do sometimes when I don't have time to cook. I have learned to be responsible with my time, to keep my goals always in mind, and also to take care of my health and wellness. For lesson number 3, I learned to be in a new environment. I have met people of so many ethnicities and even international students from other countries. But being in a new environment can also lead to homesickness. I remember the first time that my family dropped me off in college. I was too excited to be in college and meet new people and start my new life. But at that moment, I realized that this was not just a big change for me, it was also a big change for my mom and for my family. So that day, my mom helped me make my bed and decorate my room and put pictures all over the walls. And that was very important, not only for her, but also for me, because the moment she left, that's when I realized how much she meant to me and everything that she had done. Because being away from home, it really puts into perspective all of the sacrifices that my family and my mom have made for me. And I know that everything that I am doing in school and for my future is for them. I truly miss my mom. I miss her cooking. I miss her hugs. And I miss that whenever I was sick or I was tired or stressed, she would always bring me a 1 cup of chamomile tea. Siempre me traía un tecito de manzanilla y me decía, no te preocupes, mi niña, todo va a estar bien. Yo sé que tú puedes hacerlo. Y yo sé que con todo eso ella me ayudó. She helped me through all of that, and she is my greatest support. When I was in high school, she was in band with me in all the field trips and all of the competitions. And I know that she was always my #1 fan, and she is still today. And whenever I miss her, I remind myself that I am doing this so she can have a better life, because she believes in me even when I don't believe in myself. And part of being in college is knowing that everything we do is for our parents and that they're always there to support us. For lesson number 4, I learned that I need to take advantage of all of the opportunities and be involved. I currently work for MESA, Mathematics, Engineering, and Science Achievement. This organization is for students that are minorities or in underrepresented communities, and the goal is to inspire them to pursue higher education. So I was in MESA from 7th through 12th grade. I worked in different projects like robotics and prosthetic arms, and I competed at the national and state level. Now I have the opportunity of working in MESA. MESA is one of the reasons why I decided to become an engineer, because it introduced me into the field of STEM, and it showed me how amazing it is with everything that we do with science, technology, and mathematics. So now I have the opportunity of going to middle schools and high schools and sharing my passion with other students. I was once one of those students, and now I have the opportunity to help them. I also started my own organization called Ivy Salant Eaters, which is Imperial Valley Salant Eaters. This organization is made of students at UCI that came from the Imperial Valley. And our goal is to come back to the Valley and inspire the younger generation, inspire students in high school and middle school to pursue higher education. We bring the students to UC Irvine, and we did this in September 2018 and 2019. So we brought them to the campus, we gave them a tour of the campus, gave them workshops on personal statements and how to succeed in college, because we believe that it's important to create a bridge or a connection with students in high school and students that are already in college, so that we can create a college-going culture and so that we can inspire them. We want to show them everything that we wish we knew before coming to college, and so that we can show them that if we could make it and that we can do it, they can do it too. Another very important aspect of my college career has been research. In my research laboratory, we tissue engineer cartilage. So cartilage is the tissue that is between our bones. It is a white tissue that protects the bones when we're running, walking, and jumping. But sometimes this cartilage can go through injury. And this injury can lead to arthritis or osteoarthritis. And there is no cure. Osteoarthritis is a very painful disease because after the cartilage is gone, you have bone hitting against bone. So in my laboratory, what I do is I can take your cells, make cartilage in my lab, and put it back into your knee. So a surgeon would be able to put it back so that they can cure the arthritis. And I really think this is fascinating. I love what I do, especially because my mom has arthritis. And I see how much she suffers even just walking up the stairs. So knowing that what I'm doing in college and actually making human tissue is amazing. And because of this experience, I have been able to go to conferences, to Hawaii, and many other things. And in my laboratory, I have learned to not only go beyond what is there to make new discoveries. And because of this, I decided to pursue a PhD. So I will be getting my PhD. I will be starting this September at the University of UC Berkeley. And I think this is fascinating because there is no limit to knowledge. There is no limit to education. And education is knowledge, and knowledge is power. And that power, no one can take it away. That is why I try to be an advocate for other students and the younger generation so that they can also come to college. For my lesson number 5, I have learned that I have to do something that truly makes me happy. At the end of the day, I will be the one that will be going through that and studying. And at the end of the day, I want to make a change. I decided to become an engineer because biomedical engineering combines science and engineering or technology, and I love both of them. But above all, I decided to become an engineer because of my grandmother. My grandmother was one of the greatest figures in my life. I lived with her and my mom together all through my life. And when I was 12 years old, she was sent to the emergency room. And being the only bilingual person right there, I had to stay strong as I communicated with the doctor in English and translated to my mom in Spanish. The doctor told me that my grandmother's kidneys were not working. And at that moment, it truly hit me. I thought her kidneys were destroyed. I thought that she couldn't get a transplant on time. I really thought that something was going to happen. And I couldn't find the words to tell my mom in Spanish that my grandmother was going to die. And at that moment, I thought I was going to lose her. But the doctor told me that there is a device, there is a process called hemodialysis, which takes over the job of the kidneys and cleans the blood. So because of this technology, because of this one machine, I could have more time with my grandma. I could have 6 more years with her and spend time with her. And that's when I realized the importance of medical advances in technology. And my grandmother did pass away my freshman year of college. And even though she is not here with me today, even though I was not able to, she was not able to see me until today, I know that through her teachings and her love and all of the memories we have shared together, that she is always with me. And it is because of her that I decided to become an engineer, because I want to make these devices. I want to make this technology that can help people, that can save lives, and that can give people more time with their loved ones. At the end of the day, I want to do something that makes me happy. And something that I learned from one of my mentors was that being happy doesn't mean not having to work hard. Please raise your hand if you have heard the saying, if you love what you do, you will not work a day in your life. So the thing is, if you love what you do, you will not work a day in your life. I heard this saying, and my mentor told me that it's actually partially false, because even if you love what you do, that doesn't mean that you don't have to work hard, or that you have to be happy every single day of your life. Working is actually sometimes very hard and frustrating, but working hard for what you love means that in the end, it's going to be worth it. And that is why I know that this is what I love, because even through all the hard work and even through all the sleepless nights, I know that my work will be helping someone and that it will be worth it in the end. The lesson number 6 is to be proud of where I come from. Whenever I say that I am from Calexico, people always ask, is that in Mexico? Do you live in a ranch? And I have to say, no, Calexico is a small border town next to the border, and it's located in the Imperial Valley. Coming from the valley came with some challenges, but I truly believe that these challenges have made me who I am today, and they pushed me to work harder for my dreams. I lived in Mexicali for most of my childhood, and I moved into Rockwood Elementary when I was in 3rd grade. I didn't know any English, and this time was very hard for me. But through all of the help of my teachers and through all of the programs that were available to help me succeed, I was able to learn. By the time I entered 5th grade, I received the English proficiency of a native speaker. Because I was in a bilingual class, I had the opportunity to be in ELD and extreme learning and all of these other resources that truly helped me get out of my shell and learn English and be who I am today. I didn't let that fact stop me. And because I love learning so much, I decided to take all of the opportunities that were out there. And now I will be the first person in my family graduating from college. And I think that all of the experiences that I received growing up all the way from elementary into high school have made me into who I am today. I remember being in GATE classes when I was in 4th grade. I remember having a Promethean board and technology classes when I was in 6th grade. And all of these technology classes of making PowerPoints and learning technology that are things that are very essential today and things that children need to learn. I also remember being in Mesa, learning robotics, and above all, being in FCCLA and so many other resources that are out there for the students so that they can learn, they can grow as leaders, and they can develop professionally and get an education. Something that I want to do above all is to help other students pursue education. I even had the opportunity of helping my 6th grade teacher, Ms. Montaño, when she was giving summer classes for technology. And when I was in high school, I could go to that class and help her and help the children learn. And I think that we are all capable of doing anything. My research professor, Dr. Kyriakos Athanasiou, once told me that all the obstacles that we think are stopping us, all of the walls that we think people have built around us are not real. They're imaginary. And it is up to us to see that and go past them and go beyond them so that we can accomplish our dreams. And I think that all students are capable of doing anything. And once they get an education, once they become professionals, they need to come back to the Imperial Valley and give back to our schools, give back to our students. Because it's not just about getting an education, it's about helping other students do the same. Because if we can do it, they can do it too, and we need to show them that they are capable. And finally, the last lesson, lesson number 7, I learned to set my priorities. There's a story of a jar, and this jar represents life. The jar can be filled with rocks, pebbles, and sand. The story says that if we start with the sand, there won't be space for the rocks. The rocks represent all of the essential and most important parts of our lives, such as our family, what we believe on, and our health. The pebbles represent things that are important, but that we can live without, such as a car and our jobs. And the sand represents all of the things that fill up our time, like being on Facebook and watching novelas. So if we start with just the sand, if we focus on the little things, we won't have space for the rocks, which are the most important things, the things that actually matter. So we need to start by getting an education and taking care of our family, because the rest is just sand. My final advice for success is that the journey is not always a straight path. Sometimes it is very curved, sometimes it has ups and valleys, but at the end of the day, what matters is that we persevere through that path, we persevere through that journey. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.
So Jessica, thank you for the wonderful words of advice and the lessons learned. It was just a beautiful story, from great tips, from teaching your children how to cook, right? And then just such the study habits, and then such an inspirational story talking about your grandmother, and be able to persevere through all the challenges that college had for you, and that you were able to overcome them. I'm not sure if I mentioned this at the beginning, but Jessica is currently scheduled to graduate this June from UC Irvine with her Bachelor's of Science in Biomedical Engineering, and she's now been accepted to her doctoral program with UC Berkeley and UC San Francisco joint doctoral program in bioengineering. Please welcome me and give a big round of applause to Jessica. And just wishing her a tremendous wealth of success, and we're just in awe and honor of your willingness to contribute back to the Valley and your passion to reconnect and serve as a mentor and a source of inspiration for all of us students. Jessica, thank you so much. I know you just finished class earlier tonight at 7 and raced over to join us. So on behalf of everybody, again, big round of applause for Jessica. Thank you so much, Jessica. We'll be in contact. We'll see you.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you, man. You too.
Okay, so very quickly, our goal number 3, like I mentioned earlier, is about college and career and having our students prepare for both so that they make that choice when they become seniors. The California dashboard is a way that schools are scored on how our students are prepared to be college and career. So I gave you this sheet, and I'm going to do a quick explanation because it's a little bit complicated. But the way we get graded as a district and as a school, how our students are doing, are based on what they consider our students to be prepared. So I'm going to explain all of these that are on the left side. If your child, once they're juniors, they're in 11th grade, in their SBAC, they get a 3 in language arts and a 3 in math, they're considered prepared. In 2018, last year, 11th graders, 173 of our students in 11th grade met this criteria. So we already have 173 students that are prepared. Another way of being prepared is if you take advanced placement classes. You heard some of our students say that they're taking AP classes. They're called advanced placement classes. If the student take the class, or if they just challenge the test, but they have to take a test. If they pass 2 tests with 3 or higher, that's the way they get scored, 1 through 4. Not only do they get college credits, they're going to be considered prepared. So when the students were saying that you're going to save money, is because you're already getting college credit if you get 3 or 4. In 2018-19, last year, we had 25% of our 11th graders who were enrolled in an AP class. So hopefully they take that test and hopefully they pass it. And if they pass 2 of them, they will be prepared. Another method is if our students have access to what we call dual enrollment or being able to take college courses. Currently, we don't offer that, but this year, we started already the conversation so that beginning next year, after school hours, students in the high school can enroll in these courses and start earning college credit. So we'll be sharing more information as to what are the requirements to participate in these classes. So they'll be at the high school, but already getting credits from a community college, which is, for us, IVC. The other way of being prepared is if they take the STILA by literacy, if they fulfill the STILA by literacy. The STILA by literacy is that students are biliterate in English and in Spanish. We had some flyers that explain to you what it is that your student has to do to be considered biliterate. But if they get the STILA by literacy and in language arts they get a 3, which is one of the requirements to get the STILA by literacy, they're considered prepared. So in 2018, we had 20.3% of our students, 146 students, who are already prepared. They're meeting this. If you look at the data here, the state had 12%, the Imperial Valley had 12.8%, and Calexico had 20.3%. So we have the highest percentage of biliteracy. Thank you. The Navy class, 3 years ago, I believe it was 3 years ago. Where's Ms. Williams? 3 years ago, Ms. Williams? 4 years ago? Or we have seniors already? 4 years ago, we began with our Navy classes. And that last year, they said that we have a new filter. If we have students that have taken the Navy cadet class for at least 2 years, and in addition, they passed the ELA in the math with one, a score of 2, and the other with a score of 3. Doesn't matter how, but as long as one is a 2 and the other one is a 3, then they're considered prepared, okay, prepared for college. So that's another option for our students who are in the Navy cadets. And then for career technical and an A through G, there's other options. Some of you went through the A through G session today. If your students are A through G ready, and they have all their classes with C- or better, And they do one more thing. They're A through G, plus they can get a 2 or a 3 in language arts and math in their SBAC, or they pass an AP exam with a 3 or higher, or they take some college credits, or they pass a CTE pathway with a C- or better. They're considered prepared. So our A through G rates over time, we went from 22% to 29%. We're behind the state and the valley, so we'll continue to work with our students and showing them how they can be A through G ready. One of the things that we changed this year is our freshman class. By the time they graduate, they're gonna have to take 3 years of math. Previous to that, we only had a 2-year math requirement. To be A through G ready, you have to have 3 years of math. So now our freshmen will have to take 3 years of math and 3 years of science. And then the other one is our CTE pathway. Any of our students who are taking any of the CTE pathways that we shared earlier, if they pass their CTE pathway, they have to take the full pathway, and they get a C- or better, plus they do one more thing. Either they get an ELA math score of 1 or 2 and the other a 3, whichever, or they pass one AP exam, or they get college credits, then they're going to be considered prepared. In 2018, we had 39.8% of our students enrolled in a CTE course, multiple grade levels, okay? But the graduating class, we had 25% of them. A fourth of our seniors passed a CTE pathway. So they're going to be able to fulfill this as prepared if they do this plus one of those. This is how we get graded. This is where we are right now as an indicator. For Calexico High School, they're in yellow, which means that they are medium and they maintain their score from the previous year. As a district, we're low and we declined. We had a lower number compared to last year. And Aurora is very low. We get an average between these two, and this is why we landed here. So our goal is to get all the way to blue in the next few years. So our percentage was 32.5, that we are, a third of our students are prepared. And then you see the scores for our different subgroups. Our subgroup that is struggling the most is our students with disability. And then our next group is our English learner. You heard Jessica say, she came in from Mexicali in 3rd grade. She was an English learner, and she has a success story. So it is possible. More than 60% of our students in the district are English learners. Many of us who work here, I'm an English learner. I didn't come from Mexicali, older than her, but my first language was Spanish, but I would still be able to go to college and I was still able to succeed. So our students have the potential. Wanted to share more information just quickly. Samantha Aviña, she's at UC San Diego. She's a communication major. One of the things she thought that they need to know is how to manage their time. That's what the high school taught her, time management. And the fact that they offer a lot of AP courses, she really enjoyed that. Number 2, the thing that she wished she had more practice on was writing techniques. She says that we need to know how to learn, we need to learn how to write different ways. And then another thing that she says is we need to have a life skills class, financing class. And then what she wishes is that Calexico High School had more options, more wider options. Julio Ramirez, he said that what he really liked about the high school is that he had higher level classes that pushed him. It went from slow or less rigorous to more difficult, and that's how he got prepared for college. He wished that he had taken statistics, because that's the only math class he didn't take. And then he says that he thinks the high school has done a pretty good job in preparing students for college. And he says that the FAFSA scholarships and meeting deadlines workshops that they got was very beneficial for him. Overall, he says he thinks the responsibility is on the student and not necessarily on the teachers of the school, that the students have to also have some part of responsibility. Erik Guerrero is an engineering major at UC San Diego. He says that he really liked his STEM-related classes, but he thinks also that we need to offer more classes on finances because they didn't teach us those skills. So they want more classes on financing, how to manage your budgets, or in general life skills. And he also says that we need to bring a panel of alumni so that they can talk to students and tell them this is what you need to do to graduate, to be ready for college. Renee, she's going to IVC. She's a teaching major. One thing she learned from the high school is responsibility. because she says it's very important that teachers are not after you like babies, but it was her responsibility to turn in homework. She wished she had taken more math classes. She didn't take as many math classes as others because it's more difficult in college now. And then what she thought that we needed to offer more is tutors after school in the ACES program so that students had opportunity to get that support after school. And then Miguel graduated many years ago from us. He was one of those students that doubted about going to college because his family was very poor and he didn't want to leave his parents alone. He wanted to help work with him. But we told him, you got to go to college, you're going to work better, support your family better. He's actually a mechanical engineer and mechatronics engineer major, and he has a master's in systems engineering. What he really liked about the high school was the opportunity that he got to be able to succeed. He took a lot of AP classes, and look at his number 2. He thinks that we need to offer more personal financial courses because they don't get those types of courses. He comes from a very low income family, and he says that as low income families, we don't know about taxes and a lot about credit cards and loans and mortgages. So he wished that we had more of those classes and more STEM related courses for our students. And then you saw Jessica. So our final activity is, I know we ran a little bit late, but I think it was important that we shared the students' view. But I know that we have, where's Mr. Padilla, the link? Did you share it? So you're gonna get a link. If you can tell me what are some of the strengths that you see in your school, even if it's elementary, what are some of the things that are happening in your school right now that helps prepare our students for high school or elementary to junior high to high school to college? What are some of those 3 strengths? And what is the one thing, your secret sauce, the one thing that you think, go to second slide. So you're going to get this slide, you're going to find your school, you're going to tell me what are your 3 strengths. Okay, for example, we're doing Avid, we're preparing our kiddos to take notes, or we're offering robotics, and now it's a class and an after school activity. Whatever it is that you're doing, give us 3 strengths. And then the right side, we want a secret sauce, okay? We want to know what is the one thing that you feel we need to work on to ensure that our students are college and career ready. So very quickly, just bam, 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 3 things. Mr. Padilla is going to send it to the administrators at the site, and if you don't have an administrator at your site, we're still going to collect your input. We can put it on a paper. I'll get some paper right now so that we have your input, because your input is important for our LCAP. So we'll do that really quick. And you have your computer. If you have a device, so Ms. Colunga needs it too, and Ms. Limon, because they're helping out. You have iPads? If you need a device, we have some iPads. So go to your slide for your school and input those 3 things. You need to. Limon. Who else needs a slide? Who else doesn't have a principal? Okay, I need you guys, principals, I need you to go to your tables with your staff. Ms. Montaño, you have a family over here? Everybody else has someone at their site? So Ms. Williams, you don't have any parents here for the high school, you can fill in your slide with your 3 things. So just a quick couple of minutes to fill those 3 things out. And then after that, we're going to do a quick quiz. So you want to start getting for the Quizlet ready? Yeah. Mr. Gutierrez, we just emailed it to you. So go to the link and find your slide. Do we have dual? Do we have dual parents? Oh yeah, well he's covering dual. Do we have any Aurora parents? No. Willie is Miss Limon. But I don't know if you want to share one to the. I don't have the emails. Let me have a paper para que la community también.
You're popping up the quizzes, Bernie? Huh? You're popping up the quizzes? Yeah.
And while you're doing that, we'll get ready for our quiz day. So we're going to look at your input. Normally we present, but because it's already late at night, I will make sure I read through every one of your information and I share with the core committee when it comes to recommendations. But we do want to do is give you a quick opportunity to do a quiz, and then we have a prize for the winners. So Mr. Padilla is going to explain to you how you can participate.
So the easiest way is to take out your cell phone if you have a mobile capable, if you have a smartphone. If not, Mr. Arguez has some iPads. But what you need to do is you need to log in to joinmyquiz.com. Once you type in your URL, joinmyquiz.com, then you're going to have this game code, which is 092348. So again, if you can get on your phone, if you don't have a phone and you'd like to have an iPad, Mr. Arguez is here standing ready to provide you an iPad. Please raise your hand if you need an iPad. Here we go. Anybody else that, yes, you can do it on your phone. Quizzes is a very high energy, engaging online quiz game. There's sound, there's music, there's memes. We have a leaderboard. Very, very, very high energy. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I just heard Ms. Ramirez said there's a prize for first and second. So joinmyquiz.com. And we begin to see, as you're popping in, we see Nancy Camacho is in, EO is in, Aldo is in. So we're going to expect, again, joinmyquiz.com. We have 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. There's about 26 of you, give or take. So go joinmyquiz.com, and then you have right here, you have the game code. If you need help, please let us know so we can help you. We really want you to. There is the code right there. Thank you, Eduardo. Especially since this laser is no longer working. It's off. Oh. See? If you need an iPad, we can make one available. Joinmyquiz.com. It's going to ask you for a game code. We got 11 folks in. We're going to wait for 15 more people. As soon as we got 25, we're rocking and rolling, so make sure you log in. We have Olivia is in. We have Abby. Andrea Mora is in. We got 13 participants. Karina, Mayra, Dual Perseverance. Juan is in. Elizabeth's in. We got 14. We're waiting for about 11 more folks to join us, and then we're going to get started. Let's play. Oh my goodness. Don't get me in trouble there, Miss Colunga. You had me going when you said, let's go. We have 15 folks. Anybody who is not yet in? We need someone. We got and have Ms. Noriega needs some help. Anybody else needs help? Anybody else that needs help? Ms. Noriega needs help. Fernando, can you help her out? Joinmyquiz.com. We got that game code in there. We have 18 folks in there. We got these 2 mystery prizes here in the front. I'm tempted to peek because I'm very close proximity, but I am not going to. I'm going to let it to continue to be a mystery. We got Mr. Avina there doing a group selfie because they already know they're going to win it and take it. So they're like, you know what? Might as well just have the picture ready of who's going to win the prize. A certain level of confidence there by Mr. Pina and friends there. Mr. Avina and friends there in the back. Right? Got that tiger mentality there. He's going to take it. So we're waiting for one more participant. Tell me when they're in, Mr. Arguez. Is she in? Know that this is a 50-question comprehensive quiz on all things that was shared this evening. It is a speed race. And I'm teasing you on the 50, right? It's a lot shorter. It's going to get intense. We're ready? Okay, everybody ready? 5, 4, 3. Oh, there's the countdown. We have Ed in the lead, and in second place we have Jefferson, followed by Karina. Karina just took Jefferson. Then we have Jefferson back now on top. We have Ed in second place. Now we have Karina in third. We have Juan in fourth. No pressure. Mr. Avina wasn't kidding. He took that picture for a reason. Check him out. He's got two people helping him. We got Miss Hurtado and Miss Flores. Smart man. He knows who to get the answers from. Yeah. 30 seconds, people. 30 seconds. 20. Okay, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. We got 10 seconds. Let's see, we'll start the countdown now. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's end the game. No, we gotta wait. Yes, Juan and San, yes. Okay, perfect, all right. So first place for Juan and second place, Sara. Big round of applause.
The last slide, where our next meeting is on goal 4. It'll be on student engagement. We will be at the 9th grade campus of Tesada Gym at Calexico High School. So next week, same time, we'll promise we'll be out by 8 next time, okay? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your input.